So now we're going to get into some road running. We've got a handful of games, good ones to kind of digest. But because you mentioned the word Miami Heat, Perk, we're going to start there. The Heat won an overtime thriller against the Cavs without Bam or Tyler Hero. They're 7-4 and have a 5-0 start at home. Darius Garland left the game, by the way, after 18 minutes of action with a left toe injury. Perk, are you ready to admit that this Heat roster is not trash? Or is it too early still? Did
I said they were trash?
People have been keeping receipts. Perk.
You know what? Look, they're not trash. Are they going to be in the middle of the pack? Yes. Do I expect them to win the East? No. Do I think they have a hell of a coaching staff? Absolutely. Did they surprise me with the start of the season? Yes. Am I going to overreact to them beating the Cavs? Absolutely not, because I don't fucking trust Cleveland. I don't trust nothing about the Cavs, nothing about them. That's why I say the East is wide open, but I will say to the Miami Heat, I apologize, right? I do apologize in this early part of the season, but as my guy Richard say, it's 82 games to be played. You know what I'm saying? But they got a new offensive system in there, right? Tyler Hero's going to make them stronger, obviously, without Bam. This was more about Cleveland and a horrible damn loss and them being inconsistent. You know what? I don't want to hear shit else from the Cavs. Nothing else. I don't want to. No, seriously. I don't want to talk about them. None of that. I don't want to hear they sweet nothings about nothing. I don't want to hear about how they was disappointed all summer. I don't want to hear none of that shit. They are the true definition of front runners.
Our residential Heatle.
Can I defend our Cavs? Can I defend my Cavs?
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Our resident Heatle here who produces the podcast appreciated that acknowledgement, Perk.
The apology?
Yes, the apology and just the reassessment. Christian appreciates that.
I felt his energy last Thursday. He was kind of giving me the cold shoulder. I knew he felt some type of way about something. I meant to holler at him, but I was in a rush.
We appreciate it. Okay, now defend Cleveland, Richard.
This is what I will say. Again, it's still the 82 thing. I am not like Cleveland. They got some ups and downs. They got some guys a little banged up right now, as do team. Miami had people out. I will never overreact. It has to be so cataclysmically bad for me, and that's not even a word. It has to be so bad for me to overreact in the first 10, 15 games. It just does. It does, because like these are the moments. Again, the Indiana Pacers were 500 basketball around in December. The Denver Nuggets were 500 basketball at the start of December. So that's the only thing I'm saying. History has shown us this, Perk. Show me this. Has history shown us that there are teams around into November, December that are still figuring it out? Even good teams, even teams. Indiana went to the conference finals a year before. That's the only reason why I don't overreact. Unless you start off 0-10, 1-9, like unless you start off that way and you got your main roster, you got 80% of your, and you have some bad losses, then I'm tending to be like, hey, something going on. That's how I'm gonna defend him. I'm gonna say that I'm not ready to give up on our Cavs.
Break the tie here.
Listen, I will say, is it too early? Yes, but I will say what we're seeing early is not good at all. It's going to demand something big has to happen because, okay, so I sent you guys that link, right? So that team is supposed to be defensive minded. If you watch that game, I watched a big part of that game, they could not get a stop when stops were needed. And then here's a crazy stat. Jarrett Allen, and I'm only played 1 minute and 44 seconds of that fourth quarter. So you're talking about you need defenders, you need stops. Okay, so that's just not one game. He is averaging 3.9 minutes in the fourth quarter this year. So for me, if a team has an identity of being a defender, which they were when they were winning and being tough, they are not doing that anymore, right? And then if you really watch them, they're very inconsistent of how they score the basketball. It'll be like Donovan Mitchell goes, then the offense stops. And then when he goes out, then it's everyone. Then when he comes back in, it's Donovan. The fact that they still don't have that flow yet after these years is alarming to me. Now, can that be addressed? For sure. The third thing is health. Darius Garland's toe, my guy, like, it's November. What is happening with his body? And, like, I want him to play, but you're also like, if you can't get him back within time for them to figure it out, they're going to have to make some changes. This is not a team where you look at this team and go, oh, yeah, like how they're playing is championship basketball. They're like a team that just got put together at times, like trying to figure out how to win basketball games. And that's what's alarming. So do I think they can do it? Yes, but it is alarming that this team, who's been together for the most part, still does not know how they need to win basketball games.
And guess what? Guess what, y'all? It's only one team in the NBA that's in the second apron. Guess who that team is? The Cavs. One team that's in the second apron. It's the Cavs, right? And so I get it. Darius Garland, he's been out. But you know who's been available majority of this season? This short season? Their two best players, right? And so all I'm saying is a team that talked about how embarrassed they were, how disappointed they were. They're not showing that type of to start the season. I'm comparing them and I'm looking at the Detroit Pistons and I'm saying to myself, the Detroit Pistons, they own some shit like I got something to prove.
Ooh.
That's a good segue.
Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, they on some because we had speculation. We was like, man, they lost Malik Beasley. They lost Tim Hardaway Jr., some valuable. Cade Cunningham, motherfucker, we was pissed off about what happened to us last year against the Knicks. They the number one seed in the Eastern Conference.